Welcome back to the Indigo Room. Today is day 15 of our AAPT series for manifesting your desires. Assume that it is real, act as if it's already done, praise and thanksgiving. I'm your host, Sydney Chase, and this is the Indigo Room where we discuss all things spiritual. And by that, I mean that we are non physical spiritual beings having physical human experiences. Life is supposed to be good. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be delicious. Sometimes it gets wicky wacky, sometimes, but we got tools for that. Today is day 15 of our app series, and we have crossed the threshold of 2 weeks. So we got another 2 weeks to go. Today, I wanted to give you some imagination tips for creating your reality. How to really get into your imagination, create the type of scenario you want to experience, because you got the power. You got the power. Show enough. You showed you. So some of the tips that I've learned over the years since I started doing this, I started doing, using my imagination in 2009 when I first started reading Neville. Then I brought it over to the Indigo Room around 2010, 2011. We started using some of these techniques on our own, and I have created and manifested so many things, so many experiences in my own life, and it has just been delicious. So now what I wanted to do is give you some of those tips that I found useful. If you have any tips, if you've been creating your reality using your imagination, please leave your comments below. We'd love to hear them, because there's no right or wrong way, right? There's no right or wrong way to create in your imagination. You're doing it anyway, but now you just want to do it consciously. You want to be the driver. You want to be the one that's driving the car and directing your subconscious thoughts, your subconscious mind, and getting to the destination and leading it to where you want it to take you. That's it. So imagining is a major tool. It is the one tool that you have that nobody can come and take from you, right? You have access to this wonderful power within inside of you all day, every day. But, we haven't been using it consciously, a lot of us, myself included. I get off track and then I got to get back. I'm like, wait a minute. What did I do before? How did I? Let me get back in my imagination. These are some of the tips that I've found useful and helpful. And one is getting into the sleepy state. What do I mean? Well, the sleepy state is you're not quite asleep, right? You're not knocked out, snoring. No, you're not doing that. It's right before you fall asleep. So you can recreate that kind of feeling. If you just sit back in your chair, find yourself a comfortable chair in your house, or if you don't have a comfortable chair, sit in any chair, right? You don't have a chair in your house, sit cross-legged, sit on the floor. Find a spot where you can just calm down, power down, relax, and find that kind of drowsy, you're not moving, you take some deep breaths and you're relaxed, okay? And then you close your eyes and you get into that feeling, that sleepy, drowsy kind of feeling. You're not quite asleep. Don't go to sleep. I used to fall asleep all the time and I would get so upset with myself. Don't do that. Just if you fall asleep, okay, you fall asleep. You needed to get some rest. Then do it again the next time. Why is this state important or helpful? It's helpful because you're slowing down your conscious thoughts, the wicky wacky, the monkey mind, the thing that's jumping all over the place from one thought to another. And this allows your conscious thoughts to permeate your subconscious thoughts and give it direction. Okay. I am rich. So now you want to create a scenario that would imply that you are rich. How would you feel? What would you be doing? How would you be moving? Right? So the sleepy state, that drowsy state, allows us to permeate our subconscious. That's it. So before you actually get into that state, however, I like to create a scenario. What would I be doing if this were true? How would I be moving my body if this were true? Who would be there with me? Would I be by myself? Would I be talking with someone? Would I be shaking someone's hand? Would someone be giving me a hug? What would I be doing if this were true? Where would I be? Would I still be in New York City? Would I be in Paris? Would I be in Tanzania? Would I be in South Africa? Would I be in Ireland? Would I be in Texas? Would I be in Colorado? Where would I be? Right? You want to set the scenario. You want to set the scenario, the place that this might be happening. Maybe it is that you want to move, right? Would you already be in this space if it were true? Yes, you would be. You would already be there. You would already be in the place that you wanted to be. Even if you're not there right this second, in your imagination, that's where you are. Is it nighttime? Is it daytime? What does the air feel like? Is it winter? Is it spring? Is it fall? What does it feel like? Are you outside? Are you inside a building? So you want to really give it the tones of reality. What would you be touching? Would you be holding a pen and writing out a check? Would you be taking off your glasses so you could see better? Or, putting your glasses on so you could see better? What would you be doing? Right? And the thing that I found most helpful before I actually created the scenario, because it helps me stay on track, is to script it, right? Just write a little script. Who would be there? Okay. So I have my little piece of paper and you write out on your script. You're the director, right? You're creating this scenario. You decide who says what to you. This is your reality. You decide if it's who is speaking to you. You decide who's there with you or who's not there with you. Are you receiving an email from someone? Are you receiving a phone call from someone? Are you receiving a text from someone that indicates, hey, you got the job? Or congratulations, you did an excellent job. That was fabulous. What would indicate that it is already done for you? So write out a little script. Doesn't have to be that long. And when I say little, I don't mean that, you're not creating hugeness. I just want you to get a sense that it doesn't have to be a long, drawn out scenario. It doesn't have to be a long, drawn out scene. It just has to imply that what it is you want to be, do, and have has manifested already on the outside. What would it feel like if it were true? Stand in your assumption. Okay? So write out your little script. Figure out who's there, who's not there. If you're driving a car, if you're not driving, what is it? What is it? Okay. Once you have your script finished, then you want to go into your imagination and play out that scene. That's it. You want to play out the scene. If you remember when I told you about how I played out the scene of me getting my car or getting my job or any number of things, I created a scenario that would imply that it was already done. That was what I was experiencing right now. And you may have to, because this is a new skill for you, for some of you, you may have to replay that scenario over and over for a couple of weeks until you get that click, that knowing of expectancy, knowing that it is already done for you. And then you can go create something else. Go create another scenario. But you want to get so skilled at doing this that it almost becomes second nature, first nature, right? It's something that you can go to and create whatever it is that you want to be, do, and have. So who do you want to bring into your scenario? Well, you definitely don't want to bring somebody in there that you think, right, you think is not going to be happy for you, right? You want to bring in someone who you know is going to say, congratulations, man, you did it. Oh, girl, congratulations. And if you don't have anybody like that in your life, use me, okay? I'm giving you permission to use me in your scenario of me saying, you hearing me say, congratulations. Woo! You did that thing. All right. That's it. Use that. And you can use me if you want that you received an email from me saying congratulations, or you received a text from me saying congratulations. Okay? So when people say, well, I don't have anybody in my life, well, you got me now. How about that? You got me and I got you. All right? So create that scenario, get into the sleepy state, play it over in your mind. Now, here is something that's very key. You want to see yourself in the scenario. However, you don't want to see yourself from the perspective of someone else looking at you, like you're looking at yourself, like you're looking at me right now. You don't want to see yourself doing that. What you want to see is exactly the way you see now. What do I mean? Okay, I'm looking forward. When I look to the right, I see the window. I don't see myself looking at the window. I'm looking at the window. If I turn to the left, I am looking at the door. I don't see myself looking at the door. I see the door. I see my hands. If I look down, I see my papers. If I look down, I see my legs. If I look down, I don't see myself looking at myself looking down. I don't see myself as like I'm watching a movie. I see myself, I envision myself exactly the way I would be looking and seeing things right now. So you can't see yourself in your reality, in your real right now. In right now, you can't see yourself. You see me. So that is the way you want to experience your imagination scenario the same way. You want to see the friend or see the thing that you're looking at from a first real person experience. I look down, I see my chest, right? Can't even see my neck unless I look in the mirror. Can't see my face. So that is the way you want to experience what you are creating in your imagination. A couple of things that I use to help me get into the drowsy state. Okay. My headphones my earbuds. I love these headphones because they're noise canceling. So when I put any music on, or I'm listening to meditation, or I'm listening to a podcast, I don't hear anything. I can't even hear my doorbell ring, which, is pretty cool. I could barely hear Cleopatra when I have these on. Other times I'll use my earbuds. Depends on where I'm at. If I'm on the bus, like sometimes I will do my meditation right on the bus. Okay. I can do this with my eyes open. I've gotten so good. I've gotten so good that I could do this with my eyes open. But one of the things that I use that I cannot be without, I've been using this one for years, not just this one, but several different ones over the years, is my eye mask. Okay. I put this over my eyes and I can't see anything. I can't hear anything. I'm in my zone. It's me, my imagination, my subconscious, my imagination, me. It's just me and my imagination in my zone. Recommendations help you and that they work for you. So what are we going to do? We're going to write out our scenario, script it out. What is it that you want to be, do, and have? Who's there? Where is it? How? What is it? What's the scenario? What's the scenario? Then we're going to get into our sleepy, kind of drowsy state. And then we're going to imagine it's already done. What would I be feeling like? What would I be doing if this were true? Because it is true, but we just haven't seen it in our physical reality yet. And let me say something else. You can continue to do this even if you're not in the drowsy, sleepy state as you move about your day. Just replay that scenario over and over and over again as you're moving about your day. See that email. Hear that congratulations voice. See that piece of paper that indicates you graduated from college. See that piece of fruit, right? It doesn't matter. It could be anything. And the best way to start to do this is to imagine something small, right? Just so you can play around with it, right? So you don't get too, your imagination doesn't get too convoluted if you've never done this before. When I first started doing this, I imagined a cup of soup, split pea soup from my dad. And inevitably, Mr. Smith, and inevitably, it showed up. And he brought me the cup of soup, split pea soup, my favorite soup. So those are tips that you can use. If you have some tips that you use in order to get into your imagination and feel it real, leave your comments below. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. You can check out our video that's going to pop up on the screen. I never get that right. This is going to pop up on the screen right here. That is from our first video that we did, which was live, how I manifested a $50,000 medical bill. And then our video from yesterday is right here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, it's right down here. Remember who you are. Remember that you are source energy right here in a physical body. Remember that you can be, do, and have anything that you desire. And remember, it's not being extraordinary that makes you unique. It is your uniqueness that makes you extraordinary. And stay in the wish fulfilled. Assume, stay in the assumption, right? Act as if it's already done, and give thanks and praise and thanksgiving that it is on its way to you now. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Have a great night. I love you, and thank you for joining us here on the Indigo Room. I do have to apologize for yesterday, because yesterday I had some wicky-wacky going on, child. I had some wicky-wacky going on. And the funny thing is, here's what's funny. I could, for the life of me, not get this video to download. The video was done. It was finished by 5:30 p.m. I was ready to go. It was all ready to go. And the program that I was using just wasn't working. It wasn't working. I couldn't figure it out. It was driving me insane. Okay. And I kept doing it. It wouldn't go. And then finally it started to download. I was like, okay, all right. And at the end of the download, it said, sorry, we had a problem. What? That was like around 8:30. Okay, I did it again. It crashed. I did it again. And Linda texted me, and she was like, I texted the group that I hang out with, some, my group. I texted my group of friends, and I said, listen, this is not going to happen tonight. I mean, this is not going to happen right now. I'm still working on it. The video's not ready to process. And I stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning. Finally, I just walked away from the computer. I was like, God, you got this. Let it do what it do. And I said to Linda, because I texted Linda, I said to Linda, this feels like it's a Mercury. It felt like it was a Mercury in retrograde experience. Right? I felt like I was walking through mud and glue at the same time. And guess what? I checked, I went and looked, I was like, when is Mercury going into retrograde? Are we going into it? Like, are we moving towards it? Because I feel like I'm in a Mercury in retrograde experience. It happened on Friday. We went into Mercury in retrograde on Friday. Probably Friday morning, I don't even know. But it finally worked. I handed it over to Spirit. I was like, okay, Spirit, you got this. I have to go to bed. I got to go to bed now. And Spirit took care of it. So that's what happened. And now you got 2 videos in one day.